Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. So maybe today or next Monday, we will finish chapter 2, the basics of economics, and we will have a quiz. Okay. And today's topic is how can we reduce risk in the market. We talked about there are several risks. Something like because the future is uncertain. So we have technical risk, external risk, and price risk. So technical risk comes from the system perspective, technology, power system. The power plant can break down or congestion happens in the transmission system. External risk is about something that we cannot control, something like extremely bad weather, earthquake, or war. But we are experiencing all of this these days, interestingly. Okay, and there is also price risk. The price changes a lot, and from economics perspective, we want to reduce this price risk using market mechanism. So that's today's topic. So yeah. Okay, so we can reduce risk or sharing the risk, something like using insurance or relocating the risk. That means, in the market there are many participants and someone is willing to take the risk because high risk, high return. And some participants are very conservative, so they just want to have a small gain, a small risk. Okay, they want to have just good night's sleep. I don't want to worry about too much about the future. Okay, so because in the market there are different types of participants, we can relocate the risk. Okay, so that's why we have different types of market to handle this risk. So let's think about the characteristics of market. We have goods and the time of delivery of the goods and the mode of settlement. And maybe some conditions can be attached to this transaction. So the transaction can be conditional or unconditional. Let's talk about the unconditional transaction. That means when the contract is made, that transaction must happen. Okay, that is the meaning of unconditional. So let's talk about spot market first. Here, this spot market, the spot means on the spot. So when you go to a department store or when you go to some local market, you pay some money and get the good. Okay, on the spot. So that's the meaning of spot market. So the important characteristics of spot market is this is immediate. Okay, this is immediate market. You exchange goods and money. So you need to agree on the price and you need to agree on the quantity and the agreement on the location. And this is unconditional delivery. So when the transaction happens, that's it. Of course, when you go to department and you buy a new, brand new shoes, something like New Balance, and later you find that I don't like this design, so you may want to refund. But unconditional delivery means that that's not possible. Okay, when the transaction is done, then that's it. Okay, no exception. Okay. And immediate delivery. Immediate market, immediate delivery. That's it. Simple, right? So this is the most basic types of market we are experiencing in our daily life as well, right? And these types of market is very popular in economics. So these are the examples of spot market: apple, banana, fruits, clothing, or oil, wheat, corn, etc. So I guess you are not interested in these things at your age, but no, our world can operate because people trade oil, wheat, corn, coffee bean, cocoa, barley, etc. So yeah, food market, basic shopping, department store, Rotterdam spot market for oil. Rotterdam is a city in Netherlands. Amsterdam is the biggest city in Netherlands, and Rotterdam is very close to Amsterdam, just 1 hour away. Check it. So yeah, the commodities in this market: corn, wheat, cocoa, not cocoa. This is cocoa and coffee. Sometimes this is just written C-O-C-O, cocoa. Okay, so this spot market can be formal, like this, Rotterdam spot market for oil, or informal. You can go to Yeomridong. Okay. So, what is the advantages and disadvantages of spot market? Advantages, simple. That's why an old woman can sell their vegetables in Yeomridong market. You can buy those vegetables at Yeomridong market. Just give money and take the good. Flexible and immediate. Disadvantages. What do you think the most serious problem of spot market, the disadvantages? This is risky. No, we are talking about how to reduce the risk. Okay, the spot market is risky in the sense that prices can fluctuate widely based on circumstances, supply and demand. Okay, so that is we are saying volatile, volatile. The price is volatile. It goes up and down very quickly, and this is the case in power system economics as well. In spot market, where the electricity is transacted in the spot market, the price, there is a price spike if there is a shortage of the supply. Okay, something like that. And the price spike, when price spikes, the price goes 10 times or 100 times, for example, compared to the normal price. Okay, very volatile. So, but chapter 2 is the basics of economics. Corn, banana, wheat, oil, blah blah. These are the examples. Effect of frost in Brazil on the price of coffee beans. The effect of troubles in the Middle East on the price of oil. So you can imagine why the price can fluctuate a lot. Depending on the production of oil or the production of coffee bean, the price can change. Usually the price can go up quickly. So that's the spot market risk. And market may not have much depth. Here, much depth means that the market can tolerate or buffer the kind of fluctuation. So, and the market may not have much depth means that maybe there are not many sellers. There are not sufficient suppliers. In that case, we say market is short, or maybe there are not enough buyers. There are not many demands. So in that case, we say market is long. Please don't be confused this short and long with the short position or long position in future and option. Okay, this is not related with that. So lack of depth causes large price fluctuations. If there are a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers, then market is competitive, and we reach the market clearing price, right? So the market is stable. But because there are not enough sellers or not enough buyers, the market does not have much depth. So market is either short or long. So the price can fluctuate. Okay, and in that case, so today you need to take either buyers positions or sellers position. Yeah, seller and buyers. Sellers wants to sell at a higher price, right? Buyers wants to buy at a lower price, and the price fluctuates every minute, every second. Then the small producers may have to sell at a low price, and he or she regrets, I should have sold it at a higher price, right? Similarly, small purchaser may have to buy at a high price. So maybe he or she would say, I should have bought this at a cheaper price, right? So there is a price risk, and we want to reduce this price risk. Relying on the spot market for buying or selling large quantity is a bad idea, because price fluctuates and you buy a lot of goods, then you are exposed to this price fluctuation more, right? So let's look at the example, buying and selling wheat. Okay, this is what is it? What do we think it is? Farm. Is it a farm? Yeah, farm. Okay, so we have wheat, and this is a farmer. Is it a mill? Okay, farmer produces wheat. Okay, and miller. What is miller? What is mill? Windmill, water mill, windmill, 풍차, water mill. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so miller makes wheat. Miller grinds the wheat and make it flour, and flour is used to make bakery. By the way, today I found that pain comes from French. Okay, pain, bread, comes from French, and in French, pain is pain. In English, that is pain. Okay, and if you are interested in the history of pain, then there is a book named 빵의 역사. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that you can check out this book in Loyola Library. Okay, to make bread. What does that imply? Read the book. Okay, it's that simple. Anyway, miller buys wheat to make flour, to make and maybe sell it to bakery so that they can make bread. Anyway, here farmer is a seller and miller is a buyer. And farmer carries the risk of bad weather, and miller carries the risk of breakdown of flour mill. And neither farmer nor miller control price of wheat. Okay, that means they are not that big enough. So, okay, harvest time, wheat. Maybe the harvest time is fall, I don't know, yeah, maybe. So the price of wheat, if the price of wheat is low, then that is possibly devastating for the farmer, the seller, and this is a good deal for the miller, no? And if the price is high, that's good deal for the farmer, producer, seller, and possibly devastating for the miller. You know this English word, devastating, devastate. 비참하게 만들다. This is a bad word. Okay. So, what should they do? Either buyer or seller has this kind of risk. So, option 1, accept the spot price of wheat. Well, with some probability, I'm a buyer, I'm a miller, I can buy wheat at a very cheaper price. That is my hope. And this is like a gamble. This is like a gambling, okay? So, we need to have another option. Agreed ahead of time on a price that is acceptable to both parties. Okay, so we don't need to wait until the day of delivery. Okay, we agree in advance about the quantity and price, like 3 months in advance or 6 months in advance. So this farmer and miller can have a contract in advance. So that contract is called forward contract. Okay, and forward contract in Korean, that is called 선도. Okay, this is not future. 선물. Okay, I will talk about that shortly. So we are talking about this forward contract. And yeah, in forward contract, the seller and the buyer need to agree on the quantity and the quality and the price and date of delivery. This is not immediate, in 1 month ahead, in 3 months ahead, in 6 months ahead, etc. That is why this contract is called forward. Okay? But the payment is done at the time of delivery. Okay? And this is unconditional delivery. That means this transaction cannot be cancelled. You cannot ask a refund. So let's look at the example. Forward contract. On June 1st, this farmer and miller made a forward contract, 1 ton of the wheat at $100. This will be delivered on September 1st. So this forward contract is made 3 months in advance. Okay? And on September 1st, by the way, the price and the quantity are agreed. And on September 1st, the seller delivers 1 ton of wheat, and buyer pays $100. Because now we already agreed on the price. But it turned out that on September 1st, the spot price is $90. This spot price is determined in the spot market, and we assume that in the spot market is pretty big. So it can observe any kind of supply or demand. Okay, so on September 1st, because the spot price is $90, the miller could have bought the wheat at $90. So it turns out that he paid $10 more. But by contrast, the seller is happy because he sold at $100, which is $10 more than the spot price. But anyway, this is good in the sense that, here the seller is better off, the buyers is not, but they made a contract in advance. So for 3 months, they can do other jobs. They can have good night's sleep. They don't need to worry about the price fluctuation, etc. Okay, but on this day, someone is happy and the other guy is unhappy. Okay. So then the question is, here I assume that this forward price is $100, and actually the seller and the buyer needs to agree on the forward price. Okay, How can they do that? You want to sell wheat, you want to buy wheat, you want to make a forward contract, but then you need to agree on the price. How can you agree on the price, forward price? How? Both parties need to predict, estimate the spot market price on that day. So you use your own information forecasting technology, read newspapers, watch TV, blah, 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 and estimate the spot market price on that day would be $100. You are a buyer and you estimate the same price. Then, it is very easy to reach an agreement. Okay, that's an ideal case. So that will not happen typically. So let's see, this is the actually spot price, fluctuates a lot over time. And both parties look at their alternative spot price. So they try to estimate this spot price. If they estimate the spot price same, then that can be the forward price. Okay. So both forecast what the spot price is likely to be. But it is uncertain. We don't know. Okay? And this is just an estimation of the spot price. The future didn't come yet. Okay? And okay, so sharing risk. In a forward contract, the buyer and the seller share the risk that the price differs from their expectation. Okay, the difference between contract price and the spot price at the time of delivery represents a profit for one party and a loss for the other. Okay. However, in the meantime, they have been able to get on with their businesses, doing something else. Don't need to worry about the price fluctuation. They can have good night's sleep. This is important for their health, your health, my health. Okay, having a good night's sleep is very important for your brain to work properly. Yeah, buy new farm machinery or sell the flour to bakery, etc. They can plan their future business based on the forward contract because the price is already determined, right? And let's talk about, actually I didn't talk about, I talked about the forward price can be determined based on the expectation of the spot price. And each party does that. But we also need to think about another factor, that is the risk aversion. What is the meaning of aversion? English question. Aversion. Good word or bad word? What is the nuance of this word? Adverse. No. No. Risk aversion means that, okay, maybe of her. Then do you know this kind of word? Of her. 혐오하다. Similar, okay? So risk aversion means I hate risk. I don't want to take the risk. Okay? And the opposite of risk aversion is risk taking or risk loving. So suppose that both parties forecast the same value, spot price at the time of delivery, just for simplicity. But they have different risk aversion characteristics. And let's see what happens. Okay, the simpler case is equal attitude towards risk. They are both risk averse or risk taking. In that case, the forward price is equal to the expected spot price. But what if they are different? They have different position on the risk. Okay, so someone is willing to take the risk. The other guy is reluctant to take the risk or risk averse. So in this example, if buyer is less risk averse, risk taking, he's bold, than the seller, then what is the meaning of risk taking from buyer's perspective? He wants to buy at a lower price, but there is some risk. Okay, so if he is less risk averse, then he wants to buy at a cheaper price, but so buyer can negotiate a forward price lower than the expected spot price. So what does that mean? We will see one animation in the next slide. And seller is risk averse. So seller agrees to that price, that lower price, because it reduces the seller's risk in the sense that I'm a seller, I'm a conservative. I don't want to too much worry about the price. So rather than we have this is expected spot market price, spot price. But the seller is conservative, so I don't want to make big profit. That means I can sell it at a cheaper price. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm a seller. Anyway, I want to sell it at a lower price. I'm risk averse. Okay, so even though this is the expected spot price and the seller is risk averse, buyer is less risk averse, then maybe the price is below the expected spot price. Okay, what is the meaning of this? This is expected spot price, and actually we don't know what will be the real spot price on the delivery day. That can be here or there or there. So seller, what is the meaning of so what is the meaning of risk averse seller? The price can be this much, that much, blah blah blah, but the seller is agree on this price. That means the price may be, the spot price may be this much. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to go with this price. So he is okay with that high price. Even though this is below the expected spot price, I have some chance to sell at this price or that price on the day of delivery. So this is okay from seller's perspective. It looks like you are puzzled. Okay. $10.
저 expected spot price가 셀러가 에스티메이트하는 건 아닌가요?
Okay, so for simplicity, the seller and the buyer, their expected spot price are, let's assume their expected spot price are same. But I'm saying that they have different risk aversion. Okay, so their expected spot price are same, but they have different risk aversion. The seller is conservative. The price, this is just expectation, spot price can be here or there or there. So from seller's perspective, he is still has a chance to sell at this price on that day. Okay, so when they made a contract, how can they determine the forward price? The conservative seller is happy with this price. because there is a chance of this kind of spot price, right? So this gap is the one that seller is willing to pay in this forward contract, and this gap is called premium. Okay, and I told you buyers is risk taking, and so that's why he wants to buy a cheaper price than the expected spot price. But on that day, on September 1st, suppose that this was 100, and on September 1st, somebody will be happy, the other guy will be sad, and if the price is this much, like $70, suppose that this is $90. Let's suppose that on September 1st, the spot price is $70. Then who would be happy? Yeah, seller. And the buyer is not. But anyway, this buyer was willing to take the risk. And the buyer may expect it, maybe the price can that much. He expected that, but that didn't turn out.
교수님 근데 헷갈리는 게 그 판매자는 더 높은 가격을 받아야 리스크가 낮지 않나요?
So that is that is the concept. There is a view of risk-taking seller. So if they how can I say? You are saying, what is the risk? The risk is the difference between the forward price and the spot price. So, am I saying?